students. Today I will tell you in this video how to calculate arithmetic mean by using ungrouped data. But before to calculate arithmetic mean by using ungrouped data or grouped data, first let me to tell you about what is ungrouped data, what is grouped data, and what is data. So first of all, let me to explain you data. What is data in statistics? Data are individual pieces of factual information, either qualitative or quantitative. Okay, so data is the individual pieces of information that may be qualitative or quantitative. So first let me to explain you qualitative. Qualitative means categorical, or the characteristics that we cannot measure numerically is called qualitative, as like color. So colors may be red, white, blue, purple. So these are qualitative. Education may be metric or intermediate or degree, bachelor degree, MA, MSc, BSc. These are education. Or we can say sex, male, female, or marital status, diverse, single, married. These everything is qualitative, and quantitative is related to numbers. Okay, related to numbers or quantity. For example, height, weight, number of chair, number of students. These are all related to numbers. That is quantitative. So data is basically two types: qualitative data or quantitative data. And data is mean pieces of factual information that we have recorded for the purpose of statistical analysis is called data. Data is the plural of datum. Now, data can be classified as group and ungrouped data with respect to discrete and continuous. Now, let me to explain you discrete. Discrete data. What is discrete data? Discrete data is related to countable numbers. So every countable number or all countable things are related to discrete data. Okay, so all countable things are discrete. For example, population of a country, we count population, so it is discrete. Family size, how many person are there in the family, that we count is discrete. Or number of apples in a tree, so we can count how many apples are there in the tree. Or number of Facebook likes, so we can see how many Facebook likes are there, we can count. So every countable things are related to discrete. Now continuous. Discrete means countable things, and continuous data. What is continuous data? Continuous data is related to measurement. So here we cannot count the things, but we can measure with some scales. For example, weight we can measure with balance, or time we can measure with watch, or temperature we can measure with thermometer. These things. So any things that we measure is related to continuous data. So all measurable things are continuous. And keep in mind, continuous data often carry decimal point. For example, height of a person. We cannot measure the height of a person or height of anything to exact 1 point. It may be, if you round off, this may become decimal height, maybe, for example, 6 feet and 6.5 feet, or 6.3 feet something, maybe in decimal. Weight of a table, so weight of a table is maybe in decimal. Okay, amount of milk in a glass, distance between school and home, time taken to attest, speed of a car, temperature. So all these things we can measure: height, weight, distance, time, speed, temperature. These all things are measurable characteristics. So that's called continuous. These are. Now let me to explain you ungrouped data. What is ungrouped data and grouped data? So ungrouped data has the following characteristics. These characteristics follow ungrouped data. For example, ungrouped data has raw data. Raw data or ungrouped data is original data, or ungrouped data is individual data. These properties will have ungrouped data. Number second, ungrouped data is that have neither been summarized or organized in any way. So ungrouped data will never summarize or will never organize in any form. Third one, ungrouped data is not sorted into any group or classes. So ungrouped data will always be without grouping or without classes. Number 4, ungrouped data has no frequency distribution. So there will be no frequency with ungrouped data. Ungrouped data will be without frequency. These are 4 characteristics for ungrouped data, or you can say 4 points used in ungrouped data, main points. Now this green one is the definition for ungrouped data according to these properties or according to these characteristics. So non-summarized and non-organized individual data without frequency distribution is called ungrouped data. Ungrouped data is non-summarized and non-organized individual data. Okay, that is individual data, always individual data without frequency is called ungrouped data. So these 4 points will be given in ungrouped data: non-summarized, non-organized, and without frequency data is called ungrouped data. For example, if we observe number of children in 6 different families, so X assume number of children. So one family has 2 children, one family is 4 children, 6 children, 4 children, then 6 children, and 4 children. These are the number of children of different families. Now this data or this information is given without frequency, or this is the original data that we have collected from the field. This is called individual data or ungrouped data. So this form is called ungrouped data. Now group data has the following characteristics. Number first, group data will always secondary data or condensed data. Secondary mean when you convert the individual data or the original data into other form, condensed form or group form, that becomes secondary data. When you convert the original data by using any other statistical method, either tabulation, graph, diagrams, that becomes secondary data. Secondary data, okay. Group data is secondary data or group data will have condensed data. Number 2, group data that has been summarized into group or classes. So group data will always be organized into groups or organized into classes. Group data has always summarized in discrete frequency distribution or continuous frequency distribution. So group data we can divide either in discrete frequency distribution form or in continuous frequency distribution form. Now this is the definition of group data according to these 3 characteristics. So the summarized and organized data sorted into different classes with frequency distribution is called group data. So group data will always summarize data, organize data, and with frequency distribution. These 3 points keep in mind for group data. And ungrouped data with example, that which one data is ungrouped and which one data is group data. So this is the previous example. These are the number of children and 6 different families. X assume number of families. So one family has 2 children, other family has 4 children, then 6 children, then 4 children, 6 children, 4 children. These are the number of children of different families. This is without frequency. So this is ungrouped data, or these are individual numbers. Okay, each number recorded individually. That is called ungrouped data. Now group data. So how to convert these individual number into group data? So we can convert these individual number in two ways, either with discrete group data or with continuous group data. Discrete mean countable, so count one by one with condensity. So first one is group or discrete grouping frequency distribution. Discrete frequency distribution. So just write number of children, one or two children. So two children repeat how many time here? One time. So write one time. Now four is the number of children. So four is number of children is repeat three times. Four number of children repeat three times. So write 4 equal 3 times. Now 6 number of children. 6 children is repeat 2 times. So 6 is 2 times. These are the number of repetition. This is called frequency. So children with frequency, this is called group data. Children with frequency. But this is discrete. Why? These are countable. Jumping points. 2 after 2 jump to 4. Then after 4 jump to 6. These are jumping points. Jumping point is called discrete frequency distribution. Why frequency distribution? Because these one is frequencies. Now continuous grouping or continuous frequency distribution. How to convert these number into continuous frequency distribution? So the lowest number is 2, so start from 2 and you can make either the difference between the class, either 2 difference or 3 difference. Make it 2 difference for example, or 3, it depends upon the question. So from 2 to 4, then from 5 to 7. Now count how many number are there from 2 to 4. So from 2 to 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 number lie between this class. So that's why the frequency is 4 for this class. Now how many numbers or how many families have children between 5 and 7? 5 and 7, how many families? So there are 2 families has children between 5 and 7. 6 and 6, these are 2 families. So 2 family is interval between this one. So explain you some important feature of group and ungroup data. So these features is about group data and this one feature is about ungroup data. These are the different features. So different features, nature of data. So nature of data of group data is secondary data. This is the nature of data or condensed data. And nature of data for ungrouped data is raw data, or we can say individual data is the nature of data. Classification. So organize. Group data we can organize into classes, or group data will always be organized into classes. And ungrouped data will no form of organization. This will be without organization and this will be organized data. Third one, preference. Prefer when analyzing data. If you want to analyze data, if you want to further calculation, we will prefer group data. Group data we will prefer for analyzing or analysis of something. And ungrouped data prefer when collect data. Well, if you want to collect some kind of information, then you will prefer ungrouped data. Ungrouped data we will prefer for collection of information. Okay, and we will prefer group data for analysis and accuracy. For accuracy, this one now. Group data will show high accuracy for statistical calculation. If you want to calculate any statistical any statistical formula, mean, median, mode, geometric mean, harmonic mean, testing of hypothesis, all these things you will be get very accurate or highly accurate answer from group data. So group data has higher accuracy level when used for statistical calculation like mean, median, mode and something. This group data will give high accurate answer. And ungrouped data, this will give less accurate answer for statistical calculation. So that's why we prefer ungrouped data mostly for calculation. Now presentation, this one, presentation, mostly presented in frequency table. Which one? Group data mostly we present in frequency tables, or we can say group data we can present in frequency distribution or frequency table. But ungrouped data we cannot present in frequency table, but we can present this with lists. Okay, so ungrouped data we can present to someone in form of list, not in form of frequency. This is the feature of group and ungroup. The last one, summarize. Group data summarize in frequency distribution. So frequency distribution makes summarize the group data, or the contents of data become with frequency. Ungrouped data will never summarize. So no form of summarization for ungrouped data. This is the different feature for group and ungrouped data. This last example, uh, everything that we have discussed above are given here together. Ungrouped data, group data, discrete data, continuous data, everything is given here. Okay, so the following data indicates number of workers of different selected textiles unit of Faisalabad. So these are the different number of workers in different textile units. One textile unit has 20 workers, the other textile unit has 50 workers, some textile units has 58 workers, some textile units has 100 workers. So these are the different number of workers in different textile units. So this is ungrouped data. Because why it's ungrouped data? This is without frequency, or this is the original data, or it is raw data, or it is the individual number. That's why this is called ungrouped data. Just we can arrange this array data, or just arrange this one. This is just for the sake of simplicity, or for the sake of easy to make the calculation easy. You can write this in arrange form. So from smallest to largest. This is also or this is still ungrouped data, because this is individual form. Okay, not with frequency form. This is individual data. This is ungrouped data. Now how to convert this ungrouped data into group data? There are two type of group data: discrete group data and continuous group data. Discrete mean countable. So here everything is countable. That's why it is called discrete. How countable? 20. Frequency mean how many times it repeats. So 20 repeat 2 times in this data. 20 one time and 20 this one. So 2 times. So 20 is repeat 2 times. 25 it repeat 3 times. So in this data 25 is repeat 3 times. Okay, 1, 25, this 25 and this 25, it repeats 3 times. Now 42 is repeat 3 times. 45 repeat 4 times. Look, 45 from here it is easy. 1 2 3 4, it's repeat 4 times. 50, it is 1 2 3 4 5, it repeat 5 times. 58, it repeat 1 time in this data, and so on and so forth. 100 is repeat 2 times. 1 is in this 100, these two repeat, or here is also 2 times, it's repeat 2. So this is discrete data. Frequency mean how many times these number are repeat, and is discrete mean countable. We are a jumping point. Discrete is a jumping point. 20, 25, then jumping to 42, then jump to 50, 45, then jump to 50. Okay, these are jumping points. It's called discrete data is always will have jumping points. And why it is group data? Because frequency is given with these number. Why the second one is called group data? Because frequency is given with these numbers. Now continuous data. How to convert these number into continuous form? So start from the lowest number, which is 20, and keeps some distance class or group class. You can make 5 group or 10 group. Okay, it depend upon the questions. So I will use here 10 as the class interval or the class difference, from 20 to 29, then 30 to 39, then 40 to 49, 50 to 59, and the last one, cover the last one, which is 100. So from 100 to 109. These are different class limits. We can say this class limits or class boundaries. So continuous data, either you will write in class limits or in class boundaries. Now this is the frequency. So what does this mean? So how many number are repeat from 20 to 29? So it is easy to count from here, from 20 to 29. How many number are repeat here? You can count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are repeat and first group. So 5 number. Now how many number are repeat from 30 to 39? There is no number from 30 to 39. So it is 0. How many number repeat from 40 to 49? These are from 40 to 49. This one. How many number are these? These are 7. So 7 number are these. So I write here 7. And then so on and so forth. How many number are repeat from 60 to 69? You can judge from here. And the last one, how many number are repeat from 100 to 109? 2 numbers. So right here, these are the frequencies. There is one thing more, because in this class from 30 to 39 there is no number repeat. So you can write this together. You can write together this one. These two. Why? We can write this together. This one. Sorry. This one we can write together. Why? Because the above class has no frequency, 0. So this we can write from 30 to 49. Merge these together. 30, the smallest one, the first and the last. 30 to 49. 30 to 49 you can write instead of these two classes. So from 30 to 49 there are still 7 numbers. Okay, so this is now continuous form or continuous group data. The total frequency of each one, if you add up all these numbers, this becomes 35. This one, if you add up all this frequency, this will also be 45. Now if you count these numbers, the original data, this is also 35. So each one has 35 total. Thank you.